be right now. Enough noise.
Hello? Hello? Hello, New York! Wonderful May Day to be with you all tonight, this afternoon. I got my little baby here. He's 6 months old. His name is Eeshan Sol Ananda. I think he fell asleep, but I wanted to bring him here because our kids are the future. Our kids are what we're fighting for. We can't keep doing the same thing for the next generation. It's got to stop with us. Does that sound like a plan? We'll just all right. No more BS. Here's the deal. You know, all these laws are so racist. You know, it was all against blacks and Mexicans, Chinese and Indians. They prohibited all those drugs back in the teens and 20s and 30s. And you know, and of course that's why we got these crazy racist arrests in New York. Almost all of the people arrested in this city are people of color. I mean, what a freaking, racist system that is. But the laws themselves are racist. All right, so then what happened? Nixon said, I'm going to make this a presidential issue. This is going to be my issue. I want law and order. I don't like Jews. I don't like psychiatrists. I don't like hippies. I don't like the Vietnam War protesters. So, and you can listen to this all on his secret tapes that he recorded. He just wanted marijuana out of the picture. He didn't care what it took because he hated these groups of people. So racism, homophobia, religious bigotry, cultural imperialism, all that crap, okay? So what happened? He gets booted out of office, and he goes away in disgrace. But we get stuck with his laws, with a Nixon mentality about marijuana, which is racist and sexist and everything else is you can think, okay? That's what we're stuck with. We're still dealing with the legacy of Richard Milhouse Nixon in 2014. How weird is that? This guy is long dead in his grave. But what happened? President Jimmy Carter in the 70s, he tried, that peanut farmer from Georgia, he went up there to Congress and said, I'm going to try to implement that policy, Nixon's commission that said that marijuana should be decriminalized at the federal level. He went and gave a speech and he said, I really want an ounce of marijuana decriminalized at the federal level. People should not face penalties worse than the drug itself. He said that. But what happened? He was a weak president. He was weak. Foreign policy, he was weak. And what happened? Some scandal happened with Normal and cocaine and his drug czar, and so the whole thing got sunk. And what happened then? The parents' movement started. All these parents were afraid, like Sue Roach, they were afraid of their kids getting advertised at bong shops, and they were afraid of their kids getting exposure to the marijuana culture. And Just Say No started with Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about the kids, because we're still dealing with this fear that the children, what about the poor children? Well, what about the children? The children deserve access. They deserve a human cannabis relationship. They deserve the ability to have exposures to the wonders that cannabis can bring them. We have to teach them the truth about cannabis. So what is the number one truth? Number one truth is that cannabis is co-evolved on planet Earth with us. It belongs here, and we belong here with it. 36 million years ago, cannabis showed up. We're just 100,000 years old. It's way more ancient than us. And we've been using it for everything under the sun, for food, for fiber, for cellulose, and the beautiful flowers with the resin for medicines of all kinds. And the children should be taught that. They should be exposed to that, and they should be told that resin is something that they can use for medicine if they need it. Imagine if your kid had a severe seizure disorder, born with a genetic problem in their sodium channels, and now they're seizing all the time, and no medicines work for them. And you hear about this medicine from 150 years ago. We knew that it cured seizures. This doctor in India showed that, and now you can't get access to it. You have to go halfway across the country, or your kid's going to be in the ICU and die. I mean, what kind of evil and horrible human rights violation that is. We have to stop this madness. I want cannabis to be back in the U.S. pharmacopoeia, back in New York pharmacies like it was all those years ago. There was 500 places you could get cannabis in the 30s in New York City, in Harlem, and tea pads and places like that. It was in pharmacies all over. I want to see the medical back in this state. I want to see people free to use it as they choose as responsible adults. And I want the children to be taught the truth about this so that they have access to cannabis in all of its aspects and parts as it's their human birthright. Okay? So I'm Sunil Aggarwal, New York Physicians for Compassionate Care, 600 doctors that are supporting medical use of cannabis in New York. We even got the Medical Society of New York State to endorse medical cannabis now, so it's just a matter of time. And thanks for letting me spend a few minutes with you this beautiful day. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Keep it going.